Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Washoe County Library's virtual event. My name is Beate and welcome to Wags and Smiles with Paws for Love, a wonderful local organization we partner with to support early literacy. Now, without any further ado, I have the pleasure of introducing our guests today. Before our March shutdown, our furry friends from Paws to Read would visit our library several times per month to allow kids to read aloud to a sweet and patient therapy dog. Here to tell you more about their organization and their special dogs are Joan with Tango, and then I'm actually going to pass it to Joan because she will introduce her other friends. Thank you, Joan.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joan, and this is Tango. He's my Chihuahua therapy dog. He is 10 years old, going on 11. And I'm going to talk to you today about our programs, our Paws to Read, our crisis team, our justice team, our events, and Paws on Campus. But before I go any further, I want Vicki to say hi to us and introduce Cody.
Hi, I'm Vicki, and this is Cody.
And then Darlene, do you want to say hello?
Hi, I'm Darlene, and this is Ziggy.
All right, thank you, ladies. We will be back with you shortly. So as I said, this is Tango, and he's a Chihuahua. He's been a therapy dog about 2.5 years now. We go to mostly TMCC and UNR and some events, and then we also go to the 911 center that Vicki will be talking about later. Tango and I got started in therapy dog work through a class offered at TMCC. I'm sure some of you have heard of Truckee Meadows Community College and TMCC. Can you see Tango? There we go. And they have a lot of classes that some people enroll in after high school, or some adults go back for a career change, but they also offer classes just to the general public. And I was looking through their catalog and I saw a class that was called Therapy Dog Handler Program. I didn't know what that was. And I was curious, and bonus, I could bring my dog to class. So we signed up and we learned about what it takes to be a therapy dog, the kinds of activities there are in the community. I learned about Paws for Love. And so we took that class. It was really, really helpful to us. It's not a requirement to be a therapy dog, but we learned to ride calmly in elevators, to go up and down stairs, to walk calmly in parking garages, to go in stores and maneuver around shopping carts, meet people in wheelchairs and crutches. And it's all really important that your dog be calm around those things, or if something startles them, that they recover quickly. So at the end of the class, we also learned our basic manners: to walk nice on a leash, to sit and stay, to be pleasant to other people and dogs. And so at the end of class, we had the opportunity to be tested to become a therapy dog. And I think Vicki will tell us more about that. And we passed, so we were excited. So some of the very first things Tango and I did was to go to nursing homes. And that's where people go when they are older and can no longer take care of themselves. So we had a good time doing that, and mostly the residents there would tell Tango and me about their pets that they've had in their life and stories about them, and we enjoyed listening to those. Tango, though, being a dog, was also very interested in whatever food crumbs were on the floor. So I had to remind him about his manners when we'd go to the nursing home centers. Other things we did try the library Paws to Read program. And Tango and I were brand new teams at that point in time. And Tango's little. He weighs 7 pounds. Some newborn babies weigh 8 pounds or more. And so for Tango, having little children surround him and lots of hands, maybe 8 hands on him all at one time, was a little overwhelming. Now, he minded his manners beautifully. He was good and patient, but we're also taught in class to watch your dog's body language. And what is your dog's body language telling you? And Tango was telling me that this isn't a whole lot of fun, Mom. I'm being a good boy, but I'm not enjoying myself. So we stopped going to the library. And now that he's got experience, when the libraries may open back up, we might try it again. He might be braver about it now. So what we got mostly involved with was what's called our Paws on Campus program. And that's up at TMCC and the University of Nevada, Reno. And that works by invitation only. A professor will invite us to come to class. Maybe they're talking about a challenging subject and they want the dogs there to help the students be calm. Or we're invited by a student group. A lot of times we're invited just before it's time to take exams. And if you think about it, taking a test often makes us kind of nervous, right? And when we're nervous, it's hard for us to do our best work. So they invite us up here, up to the campus with our dogs so that the kids can pet the dogs and interact with them and relax just before exam time and then do a better job. And a lot of times we hear things like, this is the best day of my life. This is the greatest Friday ever, when our dogs are on campus. And when we go up to wherever we go, we try and remember, I'm going to show you, we try and remember to take our fan cards. And this is Tango's. It's actually perched on a tree that fell over. Oops. And on the back side, it tells his name and who he lives with and what his breed is and when his birthday is. So the kids love our fan cards. So those are some of the things we do up at TMCC and UNR. And now I'll tell you a little bit more about Tango. So Tango loves being a therapy dog. He likes meeting people. He likes meeting dogs. He likes saying hello to his dog friends like Ziggy and Cody. He also does something called nose work. And he has learned to search for 3 distinct odors. And those are birch and clove, which maybe your parents cook with or you do, usually at the holiday times, and anise, which is a scent like licorice. And he gets so excited to do nose work that when we were first learning, he used to demand every night that we play in nose work, whether I wanted to or not. I had to go hide that odor so he could go find it, and then he gets his treat. So he loves to do that. He enjoys doing tricks, and maybe before we go today, at the end of the program, we'll have time for a trick or two, because he likes to do tricks because he gets paid. He gets paid for all of his work. And
He would love that.
Yeah, we like being paid. And the funny thing is he loves being paid with vegetables, cooked or raw. So maybe you want to ask some questions about what vegetables he likes later on. He also likes fruit and cheese and chicken, of course. But Chihuahuas, they don't weigh very much, and you have to be careful they don't become pudgy. So I am lucky he likes vegetables, because he'll work very hard for a piece of broccoli or zucchini. So those are some things about Tango. He is a Chihuahua. It's a breed that originated, they think, in old Mexico. Originally, Chihuahuas were bigger than they are now, but they saw drawings of Chihuahuas on old buildings, and they figured that the Chihuahua breed must have originated in Mexico. They are funny dogs, they are loyal dogs, they are smart dogs, and unfortunately, some of them can be pretty yappy, but Tango is not. If he was, he wouldn't have passed his therapy dog test. So we have, just I want to tell you a little bit, we also have a couple teams up in Incline Village. We have a dog up there named Lou. He belongs to Jenny. And we have Franco, who's a yellow Labrador up there. And they go to the Sierra Nevada College up there. They were going to the libraries and to the Boys and Girls Club. And Lou, if he heard a particularly good story at reading time, would give kids a high five with his paw. Those are dogs up there, and they love, of course, they're up there in the woods. So they love hiking and wading in streams and just all of the great outdoors up there. So that's a little bit about what I do with Paws for Love and Tango. And now I'm going to ask Vicki to talk about what she does and what Cody likes.
Hi, I'm Vicki, and this is Cody. Cody, can you say hi to everybody? Cody's a German Shepherd, and he's almost 5 years old. And he is the second shepherd I've had that's been a therapy dog. My first one, Sophia, volunteered for 6 years, and Cody has been doing this for almost 4 years. I became part of Paws for Love. I found them at Art Paws. And my first shepherd was so friendly. She loved everybody. She loved every dog. And so we took the test and she passed very easily. And then after she was gone, I got Cody. He's my first rescue shepherd. So he was afraid of a lot of things, but he was a sweet boy. So he went to some obedience classes, and then I took him out to work with him. He didn't go to the therapy dog classes, and just the obedience. And it took me a month just to get him in an elevator. He was afraid to walk on floors. But he passed his test, but he was very young. So I'd say he probably barely passed his test. Before COVID, Cody volunteered at St. Mary's Hospital every week. And we are involved in all the Paws for Love programs. So Cody goes into the schools, the library, UNR, TMCC. He goes to court, to 911 dispatch. And then we do a lot of the special events that we have. And our library program is called Paws to Read. And some of you might have gone to some of the libraries to see our dogs and to read stories to them. And when you come in and read to them, then you get to take a book home and you get to keep it. We've had some parents who have children that are afraid of dogs, so they bring their kids in to get them used to and to know a friendly dog. And a lot of times those kids come back and the next month or the month after, and they'll start reading to the dogs. So it's very nice. The kids also, like Joan said, love the fan cards, and this is Cody's. And I guess he's gonna leave. Cody, come here. Cody, come here.
He's zoomed out.
Yes, he wants a treat. Can you sit? Very good. Can you shake? Very good. Okay. Can you get back up here? No, you're gonna lay down there. Anyway, our 911 dispatch center, we go to visit. Before COVID, we did twice a month, and Cody, no. And all of the dispatchers have a very stressful job because they get all the calls from people who have emergencies. So they really enjoyed the dog visits. And one day when Cody was there, one of the dispatchers put on her headset on Cody, so it looked like he was taking calls. So it was really cute. When Cody isn't working, he loves to go on hikes. He likes to go for rides in the car, and he loves to play in the water. And then he loves when his friends come over. Let me see if I can get him. Come here, Cody, back up here. Come on, up. There we go. Sit, sit.
Oh boy.
He's a big boy. Can you lay down? Done?
Yes, one of our families was just acknowledging, he's so big.
Yes, he is. Lay down. Anyway, let's see, where was I? Oh, he likes his friends to come over, and he loves for them to chase him. And Cody is very, very fast, and most of his friends cannot catch him. And then when he's done having them chase him, he jumps in his pond and he acts like they can't see him. So he's pretty funny. He likes to get out of the pond, and then he rubs on all the plants to dry himself off. So he makes me laugh every day, and he's a very good boy. German Shepherds are herding dogs, although they don't do that much anymore. But they're very versatile dogs. They are good therapy dogs, service dogs. They work in the military, the police. They're good at rally and obedience. And because they're herding dogs, they nudge their family a lot. And when they're walking, they like to walk ahead a little bit, and then they check to make sure you're going in the right direction. And they're very smart. They're one of the smartest dogs, but they're also very sensitive. Thank you. And Cody loves to kiss. They're very curious. They love to explore, and they want to have their nose in everything. And the most important thing for them is to be with their family. They're great with children, but they're very strong and very energetic. So you have to give them a lot of exercise and give them jobs to do. Otherwise they get bored and they get themselves into trouble. Their German Shepherds also rank near the top for scenting abilities. And Cody can walk in the house and know immediately that there's a fly in the house, whether it's moving or not. And Cody, sit up. They're very loving dogs, but sometimes they can seem a little distant to strangers, although I've never had one that was like that. He's the 7th German Shepherd I've had in my life. What else? It's very important to socialize them, give them lots of love, train them, and spend lots of time with them so that you can bring out the best of their breed. So now I will send you over to Darlene.
All right. So I'm Darlene, and this is Ziggy. Ziggy's been with Paws for Love about 6 years now, and we started, I saw Paws for Love at a dog walk at the marina, and decided that his personality, he would have been a great therapy dog. So we started about a year after I had looked into the paperwork. Ziggy's a Blue Heeler Lab mix. He has no tendencies of either. I don't think he would chase a horse, and he doesn't like balls or frisbees. But he does like to play in the water. The garden hose is his favorite. For Paws for Love, Ziggy has been with our court program for since the very beginning. And what we do at court is we walk around the lobby and talk to people before they have to go see the judge. So you can compare that to if you got in trouble and had to go see the principal. So wouldn't you like to pet a dog before you went and saw the principal? That's kind of the concept that we have at our courts. Ziggy also is a dog for renown, and he visits sick patients and a lot of the nurses in the ICU. Since COVID, we haven't been able to visit any of our nurse friends, and we're hoping to maybe start back up. We won't be able to go into the ICU to see them, but they can come out and visit us. Some of the other programs that Ziggy does, most of our programs as a fill-in because I was working. Our crisis team, our dogs go in if something sad happens at a school, and maybe some of the children have seen our dogs for something that has happened. And we also do a lot of events that with COVID, we've been doing a lot of parades for people. We've gone to St. Mary's Renown, Remsa. We've gone to Carson City to visit the National Guard. And we just want to bring smiles to everybody who's been working really hard, keeping us all safe during this pandemic. I think that's probably it for me.
So before we go any further, I just want to welcome everyone again in case they are joining us just now. Right now, we are talking with our volunteers from Paws for Love, and they're sharing their therapy dogs, which you'll see 3 of them. There's the one on screen right now is Ziggy, and then we've heard from Cody, and we've heard from Tango, because we know it's really important that we hear from these dogs, and their nice volunteer humans are the ones speaking on their behalf. So welcome. And just a reminder of the Paws for Love mission. Paws for Love through pet therapy encourages literacy, volunteerism, and well-being within the community. So we have a couple of questions. First of all, there was also an acknowledgement earlier on how adorable Tango is. And he's certainly milking it there.
Yes.
And we do look forward to seeing one of his tricks. That sounds really exciting. Sounds like we have 2 scent specialists in our realm today. And then one of the questions that just came in is, how does someone get their dog certified as a therapy dog?
So Vicki, do you want to take that one?
You can go ahead.
All right. Well, there is a test that the dogs have to take along with the handler. Typically, you go on some site visits, like to a rehabilitation center or someplace like that, and your dog is observed for their manners and for their calmness and for their willingness to interact with the people. So your dogs are watched for their behavior. Are they enjoying themselves? Are they not enjoying themselves? Then they're also tested on their basic manners. So, for example, Tango had to sit and stay. He had to walk nicely on a leash. Then the tester ran towards us and then past us as if it was a nurse in a hospital in an emergency. And he had to be calm and not chase and bark at her. So those are some of the things. So it takes 3 visits. And then ourselves as handlers, we have to take a little test as well, that we understand our responsibilities as a therapy dog handler, that we are on duty basically from when we leave our car to when we get back in our car at the end of our visit. Our dogs have to have an annual checkup by a veterinarian to make sure that they are healthy, and they have to be tested to make sure they don't have any worms or anything that could get somebody sick. And then we have to apply to a national organization. All of us are in the Alliance for Therapy Dogs, and that organization gives us our dog's insurance. So our dogs are insured in case anything should happen during a visit. And then we join Paws for Love because they are the local organization that gives us our assignments, where it gives us the opportunities to do parades or go to the library or go on campus, do the court program or the crisis program. So that's sort of what it takes to be tested. Your dog has to be a year old. Tango is also a rescue. If your dog is a rescue and a little bit older already, they have to have lived with you. Is it 3 months, Vicki, or 6 months?
Yes, 3 months.
Just to be sure that the dog's personality has come out and they're comfortable around you since they're relatively new to you. All right, so that's what it takes.
Thank you, Joan, for that amazing recap. I just also want to go back to what you shared about your class that you took at TMCC. That sounds like a really nice overview of what that might entail.
Yes, and we really enjoyed it, but I do want to emphasize that a class is not required to be a therapy dog.
Yes, good point. And then I just wanted to point out, Ziggy, if I'm doing my math correctly, is Ziggy the senior in our organization right now? Has he been doing this the longest?
Yeah, he'll be 11 the end of this month.
Oh, you wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
Tango will be 11 the end of September.
Oh, I didn't do my math right. I guess you said that he's been with the organization for 2.5 years, but wow. Boy, these are some senior babies. Well-mannered, beautiful. Oh, so actually Cody's our baby in the bunch.
Cody's the baby of the group.
So let's see, I don't think we have any of the questions coming in. I think our audience is anxiously awaiting to see some of Tango's tricks. Do you ladies have anything else you want to talk about? I do want to emphasize that Paws for Love does have a great website. Does it give basic overview, Joan, of what you just shared with our folks?
It would talk about our programs, yes. And I will get Tango ready for a trick or two. And Cody also sings along with the harmonica. So let me get.
Oh.
Can you see Tango right here? I'm not sure.
A little bit. We see the noses. And we see a friend of Tango's too. Do we want to talk about Sparkle for a minute?
Sparkle, she's a big pest. She's a good girl. All right, Tango, spin. Good boy. Tango up. Good boy. Sit. Touch. Let's see what else. Can you do this? Come here. Over here. Tingle. Whoops. Over here. Over here. And
Oh,
good boy. There we go. And down. Good boy. All right. Maybe Cody could sing for us.
Okay.
all of that magic with Sparkle distracting him. That's pretty impressive.
Food driven.
Yes.
Many of us are like that.
Okay, Cody, do you want to sing? Cody. Very good singing.
Oh, Cody, I think that's right
his
on
only
key.
trick.
That was perfect.
Oh, now you're going to keep talking, huh?
I think I had heard that German Shepherds are by nature talkative.
Very,
You found
yeah,
that?
German Shepherds can be very vocal. Cody isn't as much as my last one. Sophia would talk all the time, and she sounded like a baby when she talked. Cody kind of howls at me when he wants his breakfast, and then he does that if he hears something, a sound, he'll start his singing. But yeah, some of them can be really vocal. They like to talk.
So we've got a couple of comments. Of course, that is so awesome and so precious. I love the singing.
Oh. He's a sweetheart.
All right, I'll just show you Sparkle real quick. She's not a therapy dog. She is a Chihuahua mix. She is 11 going on 12. She is a rescue from the Humane Society, and I've had her about a year and a half. She does not have any tricks, but she's very sweet, very loving, and always wants attention. Always wants attention. So we sure thank you for being an audience today, and we look forward to the opportunity to get back in the community and do our therapy dog work. But it's been a great pleasure and a great honor to be a part of your program today.
Well,
Yes,
we are
thank you
honored
very
that
much. And everybody could follow us on our Facebook and see what we're doing. When we're not doing events, we try to do some fun photos of some of our dogs. So we're trying to keep busy.
And we definitely have appreciated having you. On behalf of the Washoe County Library System, we miss you. We miss our visits from both our two-legged and four-legged friends with our Paws to Read program. And realizing that we will probably be moving forward with virtual events, I think we could revisit some ways that we might be able to continue working together until we can do so in person. We very much appreciate what you do out in the community. Those are some heavy tasks that you and these pups take on, and it's amazing. There's also a quick question, so a comment, Cody is the best musician.
No.
I bet if you posted that somewhere, it would definitely go quite, it'd be very popular.
Yeah,
And
I've got a few of those.
do you? Oh,
Yeah.
see, I'm not on social media. I'll have to find Cody and his vocals.
Yeah.
And then would Sparkle qualify as a therapy dog, Joan?
I'm unmuting myself. So she might, you know, she's very warm and friendly. She's not real good around other dogs though. So that would be something I'd have to work with her on, or be sure. Sometimes we can do solo events like at the emergency dispatch center. She, being older and a rescue, she has not had much training in her past. So it takes her a lot longer to learn anything. So it would be a long road for Sparkle, but the potential is there.
And then if you have a minute, can you just clarify the difference between therapy dogs and service dogs?
Absolutely. So a therapy dog is trained to be very social to lots of people and be calm in lots of situations. They don't do any helping tasks for people other than being loving and calm and quiet. A service dog belongs to the person they live with. Typically, that person must have a disability, hearing difficulties, seeing difficulties, mobility types of things. And those dogs are trained to do special activities, like open the door, bring you something you need, pick up your phone and hand it to you, guide you down the street if you're visually impaired. So a service dog is trained to help one particular person, and a therapy dog is trained to help lots of people through love.
Wow, both amazing. And we're not going to let Ziggy off the hook here. I think it was Ziggy that gives high fives for amazing stories. So I'd have to say our stories for Paws for Love are pretty amazing. It's okay if he's not going to show us a high five. But what do you think, Darlene?
Yeah,
Not today?
Wouldn't on camera.
He's just sitting there being cute.
Yeah. He has to kind of like sit down, stand up to do that.
Oh, well, he is getting on in his years. It takes a little longer to do magic. Darlene, did you want to add anything else before we wind down?
Not that I can think of right now. Just if we do have some more events coming up that we're going to be going to Northern Nevada Hospital and visiting the staff. We've been doing a lot of first response visits to thank our community for what they've been doing for us. So you might see us out and about doing some parades. They're basically just walking around and staff comes out to visit us. We cannot go inside anywhere.
I bet they really appreciate that calm love that you guys emanate.
Yep, best day ever. We hear that a lot.
Yep, and you do it well, all of you. So one more quick question. Do we have any hypoallergenic dogs?
We've got a few poodles, a standard, the miniature poodles, and we've got the doodles, but you can't really say that they're hypoallergenic. I mean, they don't shed as much as other dogs, and some don't shed, but you just don't know what you're gonna get. So, you know, it's hard to say, but yeah, we do have a few.
Yeah, because those allergies, they get the best of us sometimes.
Yes.
So is there anything else you ladies would like to share, or our furry friends here, our furry superstars? I think
Cody's asleep.
Yeah. Tango's hiding.
Tango went asleep as well. No, I think we've covered it. We sure miss being in the schools and being in the libraries and doing the things we used to do. But we also know how important it is that everybody stay safe, wear their masks, be healthy, and we look forward to the time that we can start up again. But we are so grateful to be on your program, and we're grateful to be able to do the parades, because that really lifts people's spirits and in turn lifts our spirits.
So, okay, so if you want to know more about Paws for Love, go to www.pawsforlovereno.org. So I just have to give a huge shout out on behalf of Washoe County Libraries for our amazing guests today with Paws for Love, Joan and Tango. Oh, sweetheart. And we've got Vicky and Cody, and he's getting ready to snuggle down for his little nap.
Yep.
And Darlene and Ziggy, who's just been this calm presence sitting behind Darlene. What a sweetheart. And of course, our Paws for Love friends. We have worked with many of them, and we appreciate you all. And thank you. Thank you, families, for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.